Told you they'd get 'em. Honey! Hey! Come on in. We are glad you're here. We got a special day today. Our grandson Jace is here visiting with us. How you doing, Jace? Good. Are you having fun? Good. And you know my wife Yvonne.
Hi everyone.
Today we're going to be doing some of the stuff that Jace loves to do when he's here. Should we do the stuff you love to do? Yeah? Have a fire? You want to do a fire? Okay, well, let's start with the fire. Because first thing we're going to do is make some kindling. So what we're going to do, we're going to make some small shavings with this knife on the side of this board. All right, we got our shavings done. We'll make a little hollow spot there. We're holding our fire up here at the fire pit. It's away from the house. It's away from everything. So we don't have to worry about burning anything down. Got our lighter. So we'll start this shaving on fire. Put it in underneath those shavings. Shavings burning a little bit. There we go. Get our little sticks of wood. Pretty good so far. Sometimes this doesn't work so good, so you use paper. We get bigger very gradually.
I have one.
You have one? Give it to me. I'll put it in there.
Here's a little spiky chip.
That's small. You can just toss that on if you want. Sticks are getting bigger very gradually. Fire's getting bigger. It's also getting hotter. I can't get my hands very close to it now. I got to be very careful when I put wood on there. Don't burn my fingers.
Here's a good one.
Toss that in.
Oh, I found a shaving.
That's just the right size. We do have to break this. I don't want to hurt my knee, so I'm going to put on a rock and break it with my foot. All right.
A shaving still.
Toss that in.
Let me get some big stuff.
You know, that's a good fire for a day like this. It's kind of warm out here. We don't need a big fire. But when that burned down, what could we do with that fire when it burns down? Put wood on it?
Yeah.
Is there anything we could cook on that fire? Marshmallows?
Yeah, I forgot.
We cook marshmallows, we could cook hot dogs, couldn't we?
I forgot the marshmallows.
That's okay, we didn't plan on doing that. Okay, you like to have a fire? That's
Yeah.
a nice big fire.
Throw knives.
You like to throw knives? How old are you? 4? Could be 4?
Yeah.
Is he 4? You're 4 years old? I thought you were 5. Okay, you ready to throw some knives?
Yeah.
Should we see if this kid can throw knives? The natives told us that we're going to have to throw some knives on horseback. So we'll start learning to throw knives right now and build up to that. What about you, Yvonne? Do you like to throw knives? All right. Will you help us learn how?
I will.
Okay, let's get it. All right, this is a knife that Jace throws. He started throwing these day before yesterday. We just made these for him. He'd watched me throw knives for a long time. He was practicing in his mind throwing sticks and stuff, so we decided we'd make him some knives he could start doing it for real. This is a Bowie style knife, which means it has that clip blade there. That clip blade is not sharp. Here's the regular blade. It's not sharp either. The only part of this knife that's sharp is the tip. because that sticks in the wood. It's a long knife. It's over a foot long. Even for this 4-year-old, it's over a foot long. And for him, it's on the heavy side. We wanted it long and a little bit heavy. When he misses, it doesn't bounce anywhere. It just falls to the ground and dies. So long, heavy knives are much safer than small knives. Pull this knife by the blade and throw it half a spin. Okay, let's go do it, Jace. Part of the trick is finding your distance from your target. And we've guessed his distance right here. We put a nail in the ground with a little bit of a piece of string tied to it so he can see it. That's his spot. He'll always throw from that spot if it's the right one. He always throws with the same grip on that knife, the same spot on the knife, and with the same stance. So they're going to bend your knees a little bit, just a little bit. All right. Oh, yeah, like that. I've tried to place them close together, but you don't want to actually hit the knife you've thrown previously or it'll ding up your knife. These are the knives I throw on the show to throw around Yvonne when she's on the wheel. And this is a knife I use to throw on the horses. Let's throw a couple of those. We use these on horseback and we're moving when we do it. So when I practice this, I'll be walking instead of standing still. All right, let's talk about the 5 elements of throwing a knife and a tomahawk. The elements are the same. First, we got our spot. You have to determine your specific spot, your distance from the target to your lead foot. If you have a consistent style of throwing and a consistent grip, you stand in the right spot. Every time you throw it, your knife rotation will be correct and it'll stick perpendicular into the target. And we're talking about spots that are, adjustments you're making less than an inch will make a difference in the rotation of your knife or your tomahawk. So pay particular attention after you throw your knife and you witnessed it. Either it's stuck, if it's stuck handle down, then you're too close, you need to back down. If it's stuck handle up, you were too far away, so you need to scoot up to get that rotation correct. If it doesn't stick at all, you need to freeze that moment in your mind so you can, the handle was down or up. Get ready to throw a knife, got your toe on your spot. Second is your grip. You can hold your knife like a bouquet of flowers or like a hammer. Another way is to hold it in the handshake grip. It's kind of a diagonal with your thumb on the side. Most knife throwers use the handshake grip. Or you can put your thumb on top. Now both the handshake grip and thumb on top, your contact in the knife or the tomahawk handle farther up the blade than with the bouquet grip. So the knife spins slower. This is the fastest spin. That's a little slower, so you stand a little farther away. This is much slower, so you need to scoot quite a bit back farther from your target. You pick the grip that works best for you, and then for the most part, you stick with it. It's the same for the tomahawk. You got your hammer grip, your handshake grip, and thumb on top. So you got your spot. You got your grip. Then you need to decide on your stance. Since you throw a knife or tomahawk a lot like a baseball, your leg opposite your throwing hand probably needs to go forward. Your legs need to be apart some comfortable distance, so you feel centered in between those two legs. Now if you got your spot, but your back leg is closer than you're used to, that's like moving your spot up. Or if you got your spot, but you spread your legs too far apart, that puts you farther away. So not only do you need to have a consistent grip, you need to find your spot, and your legs need to be the same distance apart every time. So we got our spot, our grip, our stance, and of course the next is aim. Most of us will just aim at the bullseye of the target, the center of the target. If you're throwing at a greater distance, like maybe a blade throw for a spin and a half, you'll be farther back. You might aim at the top of the target to get that knife to fall down into the center. But that's all up to you. You've got your point of aim. The last is your delivery. You need to start every knife throw exactly the same. And with my delivery, it's all intertwined with your stance. I like to focus at the target, put the weight on my forward leg. So my legs I'm balanced over my legs, both my knees are bent. My weight is slightly forward on this one. On my pull back, you want your knife feeling nice and high. The feeling is you're going to bring your bicep to your ear. That's the feeling. Bring your bicep to your ear. The knife is cocked back just a little bit. Not way back, but it's cocked back a little bit. As you come forward, you bring the tip of that knife over. Lean forward on your front leg and release right there and follow through. Let's see how it works. I'll go through the whole process here. You can see by the way this knife stuck, my grip was correct, my delivery was correct, my stance was correct, my knife is perpendicular, but my point of aim was off. I was aiming too low. Everything we said about having your exact spot and your exact delivery and your stance is also true if you're sitting in the saddle. But you can imagine it's much more difficult. We'll go over that in another show. forth.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Okay, Jace, we got done with knives. What else would you like to do?
Ropes and whips.
Ropes and whips? You want to do whips?
Yeah.
Okay, next episode, it's ropes and whips. We'll see you then. Wave goodbye to everybody.